Your dreams will never come true if your priorities are not straight. The American African community has faced a long history of challenges, and while many external factors such as systemic oppression and inequality have played a part, much of the community's progress depends on internal growth and unity. A significant area that requires attention and accountability. Taking responsibility for one's actions, choices, and contributions. I want to explore key areas where accountability is lacking and how addressing them can lead to meaningful change. By confronting uncomfortable truths, the community can better position itself for sustainable success. For generations, American African communities have navigated a complex web of historical, social, and economic barriers. However, while these challenges are not to be downplayed, there is an undeniable need for personal and collective responsibility. Many of the issues plaguing the community are perpetuated by the lack of accountability within, whether in terms of financial decisions, familial structures, or community engagement. To break free from the cycle of dependency, we must turn inward and challenge ourselves to make impactful changes. The following 20 topics will focus on various areas where the African American community can hold itself accountable, from financial literacy to parenting, from health to supporting Black-owned businesses. Each topic represents a pillar that can transform not just individual lives, but the community as a whole. Change starts at the individual level, but reverberates outward, impacting families, neighborhoods, and the broader collective. Personal responsibility in education. Education is the cornerstone of growth, and yet many in the African American community still fall victim to a reliance on an education system that doesn't necessarily serve their best interests. There is a need for personal responsibility in seeking knowledge beyond what is taught in schools. Formal education should be supplemented with self-education, whether in financial literacy, critical thinking, or understanding the importance of heritage and history. By taking charge of our own education, we free ourselves from the confines of what mainstream institutions have to offer. This responsibility extends beyond reading books and attending workshops. It's about applying what we've learned to improve our lives and make a tangible difference in our communities. We must emphasize the importance of continuous learning and staying informed in a world where information is at our fingertips. The focus should be on skills that directly impact personal empowerment, such as understanding the mechanics of wealth building, navigating the legal system, or harnessing technology for entrepreneurial ventures. Additionally, it is crucial to look at how the American African community values education. A shift in mindset is necessary, where education is seen as a tool for personal liberation rather than merely a means to an end. When more members of the community prioritize education and take personal responsibility for their growth, the entire community rises with them. Ultimately, addressing education from a personal responsibility perspective also means passing the knowledge forward. Mentorship plays a significant role in empowering younger generations to avoid the mistakes of the past and to succeed where others have faltered. Education is not just about individual success, but collective progress. Financial accountability and wealth building. Financial accountability is another critical aspect where the African American community needs to take responsibility. For too long, we've allowed a culture of consumerism to take root, prioritizing short-term gratification over long-term financial health. Many African Americans fall into cycles of debt, poor credit, and financial instability because of lack of education about saving, investing, and building wealth. This financial irresponsibility not only affects individuals, but also undermines the collective strength of the community. The pathway to financial independence requires a shift in mindset. Instead of being passive consumers of goods and services, African Americans should aim to be proactive creators of wealth, understanding how to manage money effectively, invest in real estate, stocks, and businesses, and build assets that can pass down to future generations is essential. It's about taking personal responsibility for one's financial well-being and breaking free from the historical patterns of economic disenfranchisement. Moreover, wealth building is not just about individual gain. It's about building generational wealth, teaching younger generations how to handle money. The importance of saving and the power of investing will lay a solid foundation for future generations. Black families must stop living paycheck to paycheck and instead prioritize long-term financial strategies that secure their legacy. Finally, financial accountability means understanding the broader economic systems that impact us. While we cannot control everything, we can work to protect ourselves from exploitative systems and make choices that lead to better financial outcomes. The focus must be on autonomy, ensuring that the community can support itself without depending on others for economic survival. The impact of absent fathers. One of the most pressing issues in the African American community is the absence of fathers. The lack of male role models in many households has wide-reaching implications for children's development and their future success. Absent fathers contribute to emotional instability, social disengagement, and educational underachievement. This absence can perpetuate a cycle of dysfunction where children grow up without the guidance and discipline that father figures can provide. The responsibility falls on men in the community to step up and be present in their children's lives. Fatherhood is not just about providing financially, but about being an active participant in shaping a child's character, teaching them life skills, and offering emotional support. Fatherless children are more likely to experience difficulties in school, engage in criminal behavior, and struggle with low self-esteem, creating a generational problem that must be addressed. However, it's important to note that fatherhood is not a one-man job. Communities need to create structures that encourage responsible parenting and provide support for single mothers and fathers alike. Programs that focus on mentoring young men and equipping them with the tools they need to be good fathers will have long-lasting effects on the next generation. The focus should be on collaboration, not only between fathers and mothers, but within communities, to foster environments that support family structures. The conversation around absent fathers needs to move beyond blaming and shaming to one of empowerment and action. Men must be held accountable, but there should be also a concerted effort to support them in their roles as fathers. Responsibility doesn't stop at conception. It continues through raising children into responsible, empowered adults. Cultural dependency on mainstream media. Mainstream media has an outsized influence on the African American community. From entertainment to news, the media often portrays a narrow and damaging view of Black life. The community has been conditioned to rely on these external sources for validation and information, which perpetuates stereotypes, reinforces negative images, and contributes to a cycle of disengagement. The community needs to take responsibility for how it consumes media and, more importantly, how it creates its own narratives. The media we consume shapes our thoughts, values, and actions. When we allow mainstream outlets to define our experiences, we lose control of those narratives that affect us. Black-owned media outlets, independent journalists, and social media platforms can provide an alternative that empowers rather than diminishes. Shifting the focus away from mainstream portrayals to more authentic, grassroots forms of media will help counteract the harmful effects of stereotypes and misinformation. Furthermore, cultural dependency on mainstream media robs the African American community of its agency. Instead of shaping their own identities and contributing to a diverse media landscape, many African Americans are left to react to the images others create for them. It's time to take control of the narrative and ensure that our stories are told by us, for us, and in ways that reflect our true experiences. By fostering independent media platforms, we not only control how we are portrayed, but also build a cultural ecosystem that supports African American voices. Accountability in media consumption means choosing not to be passive recipients of entertainment, but active participants in creating content that reflects our reality, aspirations, and values. Prioritizing health and self-care. Health disparities in the American African community are well documented, with higher rates of chronic diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and heart disease. However, these health issues are not merely the result of genetics, but are often exacerbated by lifestyle choices, lack of access to health care, and, at times, a lack of personal responsibilities for one's own well-being. It is imperative that individuals take charge of their health by making informed decisions, adopting healthier lifestyles, and prioritizing physical and mental health. The community must be accountable for the choices it makes when it comes to diet, exercise, and mental health. For too long, the African American community has been subject to systemic disadvantages, but the responsibility to fight these challenges begins with each person. The rise of mental health awareness is an excellent start, but it must be coupled with practical steps to improve physical health, such as healthier eating, regular exercise, and preventative care. Additionally, addressing the stigma around mental health will help people take proactive steps to improve their emotional well-being. Moreover, focusing on preventative health measures rather than waiting until the condition becomes severe will reduce the burden on healthcare systems and improve overall quality of life. Communities need to make it a priority to invest in wellness initiatives and work to make healthy foods and health care accessible to all members. Local community centers, fitness programs, and health education initiatives can help provide the necessary tools for healthier living. Ultimately, health is wealth. When American Africans take responsibility for their health, they not only improve their own lives, but also contribute to the betterment of the community. Healthy individuals create healthy families, which in turn fosters a stronger and more resilient community. Prioritizing health and self-care isn't just about individual well-being, it's about collective empowerment. Community accountability in violence and crime. The issue of violence and crime in the African American community is complex, with roots in systemic inequalities and economic hardships. However, it's crucial for the community to hold itself accountable and address these issues internally as well. Violence in neighborhoods creates a cycle of fear, damages local businesses, and discourages families from thriving. Community leaders, parents, and residents must come together to break the cycle, focusing on creating safer, supportive environments for all. Accountability starts with recognizing that violence doesn't exist in isolation. It is often a symptom of unaddressed trauma, lack of economic opportunities, and generational poverty. By investing in community programs that address these root causes, neighborhoods can reduce violence without relying solely on external policing. Initiatives like mentorship programs, community centers, and local employment opportunities can provide alternatives for at-risk youth and reduce the likelihood of crime. Furthermore, it's vital to reject the idea that violent behavior is inherent or unavoidable within certain communities. Promoting restorative justice and conflict resolution can help transform communities and reduce violence. The African American community can set an example by encouraging open dialogue about crime, fostering empathy, and creating safe spaces where people can voice concerns without fear of retribution. Addressing these issues from within demonstrates a commitment to creating a supportive and unified environment. Ultimately, the goal is to empower the community to take ownership of its safety. By holding individuals accountable for their actions and encouraging them to make positive choices, we pave the way for future generations to live in peaceful, supportive communities. Accountability in reducing violence requires a holistic approach that considers both personal responsibility and the broader socioeconomic factors involved. Breaking cycles of generational poverty. Generational poverty is a persistent issue in the African American community, trapping families in a cycle that is difficult to escape. Overcoming this cycle requires accountability in both individual and collective choices. It involves understanding that the habits, attitudes, and decisions made today impact future generations. By adopting a mindset geared toward financial stability, families can start to build a foundation for long-term prosperity. Breaking free from poverty often involves making sacrifices, such as prioritizing savings, education, and investments over immediate gratification. The community must shift its perspective from quick fixes to sustainable financial habits. This may involve foregoing luxuries in favor of building assets, such as buying property, investing in education, or starting businesses. The aim is to create a legacy that can be passed down rather than a cycle of debt and financial instability. Moreover, addressing generational poverty requires prioritizing financial literacy. Teaching children and young adults how to manage money, understand credit, and recognizing the value of investment can prevent them from making the same financial mistakes. Financial literacy should be as essential as traditional education within the community. By instilling financial knowledge early, the community empowers its members to make decisions that benefit themselves and their families in the long run. Breaking generational poverty is about building resilience and a future-focused mindset. When individuals and families hold themselves accountable for financial decisions, they set the stage for future generations to thrive. It's not just about escaping poverty, it's about creating a culture where financial stability and independence are valued and pursued actively. Health and self-care prioritization. Health disparities in the African American community are influenced by both external factors like access to health care and internal ones such as lifestyle choices. Self-care and personal health are often overlooked priorities, but they are essential for individual and community well-being. The community must adopt a mindset that values health and wellness as foundational pillars for success. Personal accountability in maintaining a healthy lifestyle can prevent numerous chronic conditions that disproportionately affect African Americans. Health accountability involves making conscious decisions about diet, exercise, and mental well-being. For many, this means reducing dependence on fast food and processed foods, increasing physical activity, and adopting healthier habits. It's about realizing that small changes in daily routines can lead to significant improvements in quality of life. Education on nutrition, preventative health care, and mental health awareness should be widely promoted within the community. Mental health, in particular, is often stigmatized, but is a critical aspect of overall wellness. Addressing mental health openly and without judgment allows individuals to seek help and practices self-care. Stress, trauma, and unresolved emotional issues contribute to physical health problems, making it essential to approach health holistically. Community support systems and accessible resources can help individuals make their mental and physical health a priority. When the African American community takes accountability for its health, it leads to greater empowerment and resilience. Health is not merely an individual responsibility, but a collective one, as healthier individuals contribute to a stronger, more vibrant community. Prioritizing self-care is an act of empowerment that demonstrates a commitment to future generations. Political accountability and voter education. Politics has a direct impact on the African American community, yet many individuals lack the information necessary to make informed voting decisions. Political accountability means taking the time to understand policies, candidates, and their impact on the community. Voting should not be based on loyalty to a particular party, but on policies that genuinely benefit the community. Educating oneself and others about politics empowers individuals to make choices that lead to positive change. Voter education is crucial in breaking the cycle of empty promises. Too often, politicians seek the African American vote without delivering meaningful results. The community must hold elected officials accountable by demanding transparency and following through on promises. This requires knowledge of the issues, an understanding of how policies affect day-to-day life, and a willingness to question authority when necessary. Voting is not just a right, it's a responsibility. Furthermore, accountability in political engagement goes beyond voting. It includes attending town hall meetings, engaging with local leaders, and participating in activism when necessary. Building political awareness within the community allows African Americans to advocate for themselves and address issues like police reform, education, and economic inequality. Collective efforts can lead to substantial changes that benefit future generations. Taking political accountability seriously also means teaching younger generations about civic engagement. By promoting the importance of informed voting and political awareness, the community ensures that future voters are prepared to make educated decisions. Political accountability leads to stronger representation and empowers the African American community to take control of its destiny. Countering gang culture and toxic masculinity. Gang culture and toxic masculinity have long plagued the African American community, creating cycles of violence, fear, and social instability. While there are systemic reasons behind the rise of gang culture, it's essential for individuals to hold themselves accountable and reject harmful ideas about masculinity that perpetuate violence and aggression. Toxic masculinity, which often associates manhood with dominance, power, and emotional suppression, hinders men from leading healthy, balanced lives. Countering gang culture involves providing alternatives for young men who might otherwise be drawn to it. Mentorship programs, sports, community groups, and educational initiatives offer positive outlets for those at risk. Gang culture thrives in environments where young people feel powerless, undervalued, and economically deprived. By addressing these root causes and offering guidance, the community can reduce the appeal of gang culture and foster a sense of purpose and belonging. Toxic masculinity must also be addressed head-on. Redefining masculinity to include vulnerability, empathy, and emotional intelligence can help men lead healthier lives. By encouraging men to express their emotions openly and engage in supportive relationships, the community can dismantle harmful stereotypes that lead to violence and abuse. Accountability in this area also means encouraging men to be positive role models for younger generations. Finally, families and communities must take a stand against toxic masculinity and gang culture by promoting healthier ideals. A collective effort to reject harmful behavior and encourage positive masculinity will have a lasting impact. Accountability in this area is about changing the culture from within, ensuring that future generations grow up in a safer, more supportive environment. Personal responsibility in dating and relationships. Personal responsibility in dating and relationships is a foundational aspect of community stability. The choices individuals make in partners and the values they bring to relationships can have a lasting impact on families and, by extension, the broader community. When people take accountability for their roles in relationships, they create healthier dynamics that benefit both partners and any children involved. Choosing partners based on values and mutual respect rather than surface-level attraction or fleeting excitement, if you know what I mean, sets the stage for strong, lasting unions. The American African community often faces challenges related to relationship instability, which can stem from a lack of emotional maturity, poor communication skills, or unrealistic expectations. Personal responsibility in this area means individuals must work on themselves before entering relationships. This involves developing emotional intelligence, understanding personal values, and being prepared to compromise and communicate openly. Strong relationships are built on a foundation of accountability and mutual respect, not on impulsive decisions. Additionally, a culture of accountability in dating can help break cycles of dysfunction, particularly when it comes to co-parenting and blended families. When individuals prioritize stability and respect in relationships, it creates a healthier environment for raising children and sets a positive example for future generations. Individuals must recognize that their choices affect not only their own lives, but also the lives of others. This accountability fosters resilience and commitment, both of which are essential for strong families. Ultimately, personal responsibility in relationships is about understanding that love and commitment require work and dedication. When the African American community embraces accountability in relationships, it strengthens families and promotes a culture of respect, stability, and support. Relationships based on accountability lead to healthier families and a more unified community overall. Education and career prioritization. In today's competitive world, prioritizing education and career is essential for personal and community progress. For the African American community, achieving success in these areas is both a personal responsibility and a communal imperative. By placing a high value on education and setting career goals, individuals can break free from cycles of poverty and build legacies of achievement and self-sufficiency. Education and career prioritization offer pathways to empowerment that are transformative for individuals and families alike. Accountability in education means going beyond meeting basic requirements and actively seeking out knowledge that can provide real-world advantages. This involves focusing on areas like financial literacy, STEM fields, and trades that offer stability and growth potential. By taking education seriously and investing in skills that are in demand, African Americans can secure economic stability and open doors for future generations. This accountability ensures that individuals are prepared to contribute to the community's well-being. Career prioritization often requires setting clear goals and making sacrifices. Too often, people settle for jobs that offer no growth potential because they are comfortable or convenient. Accountability means pushing oneself to pursue career paths that align with long-term goals, even if it requires initial discomfort or additional education. By taking career progression seriously, individuals not only improve their own lives, but also inspire others within the community to aim higher and strive for excellence. When individuals in the African American community take accountability for their educational and career paths, they collectively elevate the community. Success in these areas has a ripple effect, providing role models, increasing economic stability, and showcasing the community's potential. Education and career prioritization are key to building a legacy of resilience, empowerment, and progress. Shifting from consumerism to investment. The culture of consumerism, fueled by media and societal pressures, has long held the African American community back from building wealth. Too often, individuals focus on spending rather than investing, prioritizing immediate gratification over long-term financial growth. This consumer-driven mindset is detrimental as it perpetuates cycles of debt and financial instability. Shifting from consumerism to investment requires a conscious effort to make better financial choices and build a future-focused mindset. Accountability in spending is about distinguishing between wants and needs and understanding that long-term consequences of financial decisions. By making responsible choices, such as saving for emergencies, investing in assets, and avoiding high-interest debt, individuals can lay the groundwork for financial independence. Educating oneself on the basics of investing, real estate, and other wealth-building strategies is essential. This shift requires a change in mindset, where the focus moves from acquiring things to acquiring financial security. Investment goes beyond personal gain. It's about building generational wealth and empowering the community as a whole. When African Americans prioritize investments over consumer goods, they create opportunities for their children and contribute to economic growth within their neighborhoods. Small changes, like investing in Black-owned businesses, buying property, or contributing to community funds, have the power to uplift the entire community. Accountability in spending and investing strengthens economic resilience. Ultimately, breaking free from consumerism and adopting an investment mindset is a form of self-empowerment. When the African American community shifts its focus from short-term consumer habits to long-term financial strategies, it lays the foundation for generational wealth and economic autonomy. Accountability in financial decisions transforms individuals' lives and contributes to a stronger, more resilient community. Internalized racism and self-worth. Internalized racism is a silent yet pervasive issue in the African American community, affecting self-worth and personal identity. The legacy of discrimination has left many individuals with feelings of inadequacy, perpetrated by societal messages that devalue Black identity. Taking accountability for addressing internalized racism means recognizing its presence, understanding its effects, and actively working to build a positive self-image rooted in pride and respect for African heritage. Combating internalized racism starts with self-awareness. Individuals must recognize how negative stereotypes and societal biases may have influenced their self-perception. Accountability involves challenging these ideas and rejecting the notion that Blackness is somehow inferior or undesirable. Embracing African heritage, history, and culture is a powerful way to counteract the effects of internalized racism. By taking pride in one's identity, individuals can foster a sense of self-worth that is unshakable. Moreover, addressing internalized racism requires community-wide support. When people come together to uplift one another, share stories of resilience, and celebrate Black excellence, they create a culture of positivity and empowerment. Accountability also means speaking out against divisive attitudes such as colorism and classism that further fragment the community. Building solidarity within the African American community helps counteract the damage caused by internalized racism. By taking accountability for self-worth and combating internalized racism, the African American community strengthens its foundation. Pride and identity and unity within the community foster a sense of empowerment that transcends external negativity. This journey towards self-acceptance and mutual respect is essential for personal growth and collective progress. Accountability in parenting and role modeling. Parenting is a significant responsibility that extends beyond providing basic needs. It involves nurturing children's values, confidence, and sense of purpose. Accountability in parenting means recognizing the impact of parental choices on children's lives and ensuring that they grow up in an environment that promotes stability, respect, and self-discipline. Parents are role models, and their actions set the standard for the next generation's behavior and mindset. Being accountable as a parent means making choices that benefit children's emotional, mental, and physical well-being. This includes setting boundaries, teaching discipline, and fostering a love for learning. Parental accountability also means recognizing and addressing any personal shortcomings that might negatively affect children. Parents must take responsibility for their growth, as their example significantly influences their children's attitudes and actions. The role of parents extends beyond the home, as their influence affects the community. When parents raise respectful, responsible, and confident children, they contribute to the community's strength. Accountability in parenting includes being aware of the social influences that impact children, such as media and peer pressure, and actively guiding them through these challenges. Strong parenting creates a foundation for a stable, resilient community. Parenting accountability is more than individual family success. It's about shaping the future of the African American community. By raising children with integrity, empathy, and ambition, parents lay the groundwork for a new generation that values unity and progress. Accountability in parenting fosters a culture of respect and responsibility that strengthens the entire community. Restoring respect for elders and community history. Respect for elders and community history is essential for the growth and continuity of any community. Elders carry wisdom, experiences, and stories that provide valuable lessons and a sense of identity. In the African American community, where history is rich but often painful, respecting and learning from elders fosters a sense of pride and resilience. Accountability in this area means actively engaging with elders and acknowledging their contributions. Respecting elders involves more than polite gestures. It requires genuine engagement, listening to their stories, seeking their advice, and valuing their perspectives help younger generations learn from the past. Elders hold knowledge about cultural traditions, historical struggles, and communal values that are essential for understanding and preserving identity. Accountability also means ensuring that elders receive the care and respect they deserve, particularly in their later years. Community history, too, deserves respect and remembrance. Acknowledging the hardships and triumphs of past generations instills a sense of purpose and direction. Many of the struggles faced by the African American community today can be better understood through the lens of history. Accountability involves learning about this history and teaching it to younger generations, ensuring that the lessons of the past guide the community's future. Restoring respect for elders and community history strengthens the African American community by connecting generations. Accountability in this area bridges the gap between the past and the present, fostering a continuity that reinforces resilience, pride, and unity. By honoring those who came before, the community builds a stronger foundation for those who come next. Recognizing and eliminating toxic influences. In every community, there are toxic influences that undermine progress, whether they come from individuals, groups, or even mindsets. Recognizing and eliminating these toxic influences is crucial for the African American community to foster unity and growth. Toxicity can manifest as negative attitudes, envy, divisive behavior, or harmful actions that hold individuals back. Accountability means identifying these influences, distancing oneself from them, and promoting a healthier, more supportive environment. Eliminating toxic influences requires honest self-reflection and courage. Sometimes, toxic influences come from people close to us, including friends, family members, neighbors, or even respected figures. Accountability means making the difficult decisions to distance oneself from those who perpetuate negativity or discourage growth. Building a positive network of supportive, uplifting individuals can replace toxic connections with empowering ones, creating a space for personal and communal growth. Beyond interpersonal relationships, toxic influences can include limiting beliefs and mindsets. Internalized beliefs like, "I'm not good enough," or "success isn't for people like me," can hold individuals back. Accountability involves challenging these beliefs, replacing them with positive affirmations, and embracing a growth-oriented mindset. By rejecting negativity, individuals in the African American community can focus on potential and ambition rather than limitations. Removing toxic influences is about creating a culture that values positivity, empowerment, and mutual respect. When individuals take responsibility for the environments they maintain, they contribute to a community atmosphere that fosters success and unity. Accountability in this area empowers people to break free from negativity, encouraging everyone to strive for personal and collective growth. Accountability in supporting Black-owned businesses. Economic empowerment within the African American community begins with supporting Black-owned businesses. Black businesses are a source of economic strength, job creation, and cultural pride. However, accountability in this area requires a commitment to consistently supporting these businesses, even when it might be more convenient to buy from larger mainstream companies. Choosing to invest in Black-owned businesses helps keep wealth within the community and fosters economic resilience. Supporting Black-owned businesses goes beyond making occasional purchases. It involves actively promoting, recommending, and engaging with these enterprises. Accountability means understanding the impact of every dollar spent and recognizing the role that consumer choices play in building or weakening the community's economic foundation. By choosing to support Black entrepreneurs, individuals contribute to a culture of self-sufficiency and economic growth. Moreover, accountability includes holding Black-owned businesses to high standards. It's essential to provide constructive feedback to ensure that these businesses meet the community's needs and expectations. Supporting Black-owned businesses is not about charity, but about recognizing the value they bring. Customers who are honest and provide feedback allow businesses to improve, grow, and maintain their integrity within the community. In the end, supporting Black-owned businesses strengthens the community economically and culturally. When the African American community prioritizes its businesses, it creates a sustainable economic cycle that empowers entrepreneurs, creates jobs, and fosters pride. Accountability in this area is about making intentional choices that reflect a commitment to community growth and prosperity. Promoting real entrepreneurship, not hustle culture. Entrepreneurship has become a popular path in the African American community, offering an alternative to traditional employment and a means of financial independence. However, it's essential to distinguish between true entrepreneurship and the fleeting mentality of hustle culture. Hustle culture promotes short-term gains, often at the expense of long-term stability and well-being. Entrepreneurship, real entrepreneurship, on the other hand, is about building sustainable businesses that can provide long-term value and stability for the community. Accountability in entrepreneurship means approaching business with a clear vision and a commitment to quality. Rather than seeking quick profits, real entrepreneurs focus on building solid foundations, understanding their markets, and planning for sustainable growth. This approach ensures that businesses can withstand economic challenges and continue to serve the community for years to come. Accountability means recognizing that true entrepreneurship requires patience, hard work, and a willingness to learn. Hustle culture often glamorizes overworking, neglecting personal well-being, and prioritizing money over meaning. However, this mindset can lead to burnout, instability, and financial stress. Real entrepreneurship, in contrast, encourages balance and sustainable growth, allowing individuals to create businesses that add real value. Accountability involves rejecting the pressure to constantly grind and instead focusing on building a business that aligns with personal values and community needs. By promoting real entrepreneurship over hustle culture, the African American community fosters economic resilience and long-term stability. Accountability in this area is about creating meaningful businesses that support the community, provide jobs, and generate wealth. When individuals prioritize sustainable growth over quick gains, they contribute to a culture of empowerment and economic independence. Spiritual accountability and moral integrity. Spiritual accountability and moral integrity are essential for a community that seeks growth, unity, and resilience. For many in the African American community, spirituality has always been a source of strength, guiding individuals through hardships and inspiring resilience. However, taking responsibility for one's spiritual journey means consistently upholding values, practicing integrity, and striving for personal improvement. Accountability in this area helps foster a community rooted in compassion, honesty, and respect. Spiritual accountability involves recognizing the importance of staying true to one's principles, even when faced with adversity or temptation. It's about making choices that align with a higher purpose and being honest with oneself about one's actions and intentions. Moral integrity means treating others with respect, avoiding harm, and promoting unity within the community. These qualities create a foundation of trust, making it easier for the community to work together and overcome challenges. Furthermore, spiritual accountability means rejecting influences that go against these values. In a world filled with distractions, it can be very easy to stray from one's path. However, accountability requires individuals to maintain focus, seek guidance when needed, and build relationships with others who share similar values. By doing so, they create a supportive network that reinforces positive choices and spiritual growth. In essence, spiritual accountability and moral integrity are about leading by example and inspiring others to do the same. When individuals in the African American community prioritize these qualities, they create an environment where compassion, honesty, and unity thrive. This commitment to higher principles fosters a culture of resilience and respect, strengthening the community from within. And in conclusion, accountability is a powerful tool for personal and community transformation. By addressing the 20 areas explored in this presentation, the African American community can make meaningful strides toward unity, growth, and resilience. Each topic highlights how personal responsibility and intentional choices contribute to the well-being of individuals, families, and the community as a whole. Embracing accountability is not about perfection, but about commitment to improvement and a dedication to values that uplift the collective. As individuals take responsibilities for their actions, relationships, health, finances, and values, they set an example for others to follow. Accountability fosters a culture where everyone contributes to progress, breaking cycles of dysfunction and creating a foundation for future success. Through this process, the community can reject limiting beliefs, replace negativity with empowerment, and build an environment where each member feels valued and supported. The journey of accountability is ongoing and requires courage, honesty, and a willingness to grow. But as the African American community embraces this journey, it unlocks the potential for lasting change. Together, individuals can build a stronger, more united community that serves as a beacon of resilience, strength, and pride. My name is Lancescurv, and I approve of this message. Always make sure to go to Lancescurv.com to see our latest work. And I thank you for taking the time to listen to my words, and hopefully this has inspired someone to ascend and to brush up on what we need to level up on, because we all need improvement. Please share, like, and subscribe. Lancescurv out. On to the next one. Much love to you all. Peace.
Lancescurv.com. Bold, raw, and uncut.